How's it going, everyone? It is Drigga with some new Goosebumps content right around the corner on Friday the 13th. I thought I'd make a video kind of talking about some memories that I have with this franchise. Continuing with the Spooktober season, I really wanted to talk about Goosebumps because it is a series that I really love. Particularly for this video, I'm not going to really talk about that new version of Goosebumps. I just kind of want to talk about my personal memories with Goosebumps and just kind of talk about Goosebumps. So first off, this is a very weird thing for me to probably like because the era when I liked this is the era where I was terrified of anything spooky whatsoever. Genuinely, I'm not entirely sure as to why I even gave it a chance or even liked it as much as I did. But I definitely know the thing that got me fully into it was the marathons that they would do on Cartoon Network of Goosebumps, and I miss it so much. It is such a cool thing, and it is so bad that they took it away from us. But I do distinctly remember that's probably how I fully really liked at least the show for Goosebumps is those Cartoon Network Halloween marathons. And I distinctly remember in my head the commercials from those. Genuinely, I have a kind of a creepy story that goes even along with this. One of the years that they were doing this Halloween marathon, I distinctly remember watching The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. And I think most of the Goosebumps episodes, some of them had stuff that kind of spooked me, but that one legit terrified me. Probably because, one, I lived right next to a cornfield, and two, that same night that I watched it, it had the same kind of weather conditions as that episode. So in my mind, I'm just oh my goodness, it's happening. This episode's coming to life. I'm gonna probably die by a scarecrow tonight. And I never slept that whole night. It was raining. It was this super stormy night. And I was so convinced that I was gonna get attacked by these scarecrows. And this is going to turn real dark real fast, but, that same night was the night that my great-grandpa died. So I distinctly remember The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight being the episode that kind of spooked me so much that literally my great-grandpa died. Just to not freak you guys out, it was a very peaceful death for him. For me, it kind of stuck with me that whoa, that's insane that this happened on the same day. Honestly, it's kind of funny now, to be honest. I mean, my family kind of thinks it's kind of super weird in a way. So going on to something a lot less morbid, I guess. So, obviously I watched the marathons. I got into it to where I started kind of collecting all this stuff, and I do have a whole original set of the original run of Goosebumps, and I do have some of the other ones where you can make your own adventure or the Horrorland series and that stuff, but I haven't got anything recent for quite a few years. And it's kind of a bummer because the reason why I really stopped buying any of this was because I was moving at the time. A lot of my collection got damaged in the move, and ever since then, I just haven't felt the motivation to, collect any more of it. I think that era was a little bit harder to find stuff. I mean, you could find stuff that would be with books, but you wouldn't get the masks or that. The only big prop I have is I did get the Slappy doll, which that thing terrified me, and I still don't have it out. I still have it, but I don't have it out, but I kind of want to bring it out now. I think it'd be kind of cool. I had the whole book collection, which I still have it all, but I just got super bummed out that some of it got damaged because I had pretty much everything perfect shape. And then going into, the DVDs and VHSs, which, oh my goodness, what the flip are you doing, Goosebumps, that you have not made a Blu-ray yet? Come on, put that whole original series on a Blu-ray. I didn't have every single DVD in VHS, but I know distinctly ones I watched constantly. I had the VHS for, I think, A Night at Terror Tower. I watched that one a ton. I think I also watched the Monster Blood trilogy DVD quite a bit. And I remember one, I don't even know if it was fully a book or not. if it was like a mainline one. It might have been one of those like spin-off books that they did, like the 2000 series, but that was Chillology. I don't know why, but I just like rewatched that one a ton. Even like the video games I was super duper into at the time, because I remember the Wii Horrorland game. Like I played that a ton. And it is so weird because during this era of my life, I was so terrified of like anything spooky. I refused to watch any scary movies or anything. Like I wouldn't even watch Jaws because I was like, nope, too scary for me. And I know why I would avoid this, because obviously it would just like keep me up at night, and I didn't really want the whole like, Scarecrow walks at midnight situation to happen again. Honestly, now it's just like, it was such a fun era getting all this Goosebumps stuff, and I kind of miss it. And it is such a cool like horror thing, especially if you want to get like into horror. It's like horror light, I guess. Because then obviously the past 2 years I really got into the horror movie space by watching, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, etc. I do like the Jack Black movie. I think it's very fun, mainly just because I like Jack Black quite a bit. I haven't seen the sequel, and I'm planning to watch the new one for Friday the 13th, but that trailer didn't really impress me too much. It does kind of hurt me in a way on how they've treated the Goosebumps license the past 2 years, because, it just had, I think, the 20th anniversary or some kind of anniversary the past few years, and they did literally nothing for it. There is such a heavy demand for them to, continue the live action series that they had. There's a lot of books that they never covered, and even some of the books that they did cover, there's elements to them that they missed. And I know when they were announcing this Disney Goosebumps series that it was going to follow the books, that it was going to be more geared towards adults, and obviously they didn't go that route, but I feel like if you did that, they could have such an audience. And of course that never happened, but I feel like even if you didn't want to, if you remastered the original series on a Blu-ray or 4K or whatnot, so dude, people would be buying that. I would freaking buy that day one. With the amount of books that there is and material, I am genuinely shocked though that they haven't done more live action with it. Honestly, just looking back on it, it is such a cool aesthetic. I loved a lot of the artworks on things, just kind of collecting things. It was such a fun little cool thing to do, and especially around the Halloween time, a lot of that fits so perfectly with it. And I don't think it was too spooky to ruin your life, especially thinking about it now. A lot of those books really weren't that spooky, but I think that's how you can get into it, and I think there's so many fun little things with it. The most recent thing I got was they did a run of the original soundtrack on vinyl, and I just mainly wanted that just for that opening theme. That opening theme is a banger, which it kind of sucks that when you type in Goosebumps now on YouTube, it's usually Travis Scott or something that pops up instead of that OG Goosebumps theme, because that is a banger of a theme. So what are your guys' favorite memories with Goosebumps? Please leave it in the comments below. I really would like to know. Sorry if you got bummed out a little bit for the one story I had for this video. It's fine now. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and this is Trago signing out.